Okay, on this piece of video, I'm going to leave some of the audio so you can kind of hear some of the birds and all chirping. So I may not even put music underneath this. I've been putting music on it just to keep it from being so boring. But so once again, starting out with tripod shots, and I've advanced a little farther south. And so once again, this is just really interesting formations toward the big parts of the Chimneys where the rock climbers like to go. I thought the light was getting really good at this point. I thought it was really, looking very interesting and pretty. And so you can see here, once again, some of the same formations I've shot from a little farther distance a while ago, but now it's even more layered looking. I have no clue how in the world this is all eroded away, or if wind has done this. It's hard for me to believe that that river could have done this. I guess rain over centuries. No clue. Beautiful, beautiful color up here this time of year. Again, this is October 27th when I shot this. And that's back toward that formation there, which I'm sure somebody's probably maybe already sent me a email to tell me what that is, or a Facebook or YouTube message. So once again, I'm opening this up to anyone who wants to comment. Tell me what I'm seeing here. I'm not a rock climber. I've only been out here into the Chimneys 5 or 6 times, maybe tops, 4 or 5 times. And so I was so impressed I decided to carry some heavier gear up here, some fluid head tripods and my pole cam, which I'm just learning how to use. Now this is interesting. I zoom in up here where these like little lonely trees are up here in the distance. Now, I could not see these tents. There are tents up there. I could not see those with my eyes. I couldn't really see them in the viewfinder on the Canon HFS 200, so I didn't know these tents were even there until I saw this video from home tonight as I'm editing this and doing the commentary. So those are tents up there on top where someone has camped out the night before, I guess rock climbers. Interesting. I just had no idea what I was going to see. You're probably from time and again hearing me breathe as I'm shooting this, because it's kind of intense just trying to hold even the fluid head tripod
This area
shots.
of the Chimneys Trail always kind of reminded me of out west. I don't know, it just kind of looks like you're going out through some western landscape. But you got the beautiful Appalachian Mountains behind you. And around you.
So I just decided to be courteous and let myself talk there from the location. I absolutely love this place. It's just so different and beautiful and peaceful. Now you're going to hear the audio get muted a bit because the wind was pretty high up there from time to time, and so it made a real rushing kind of sound that you're hearing a bit here. The wind in the microphones. There's not a really good windscreen on that Canon. I thought that was I'll pan back and forth over this 4 or 5 different times, just trying to get just the perfect shot here of that. And you'll also see that when I go to the pole cam shots here in a minute. I thought that tree sticking up from behind that rock was really pretty and interesting. Here we are back with the pole cam. I like the fact that I can kind of rise up out of the valley a little bit, even though it's not the most steady shot in the world. It's not terrible. I might go back in post. I can even smooth that out a little bit using some filters I have, not filters, but some anti-shake software I got. I can take most of that shake out. This is shooting down into one of the deep holes there, and I even say that here in a minute. You'll hear my commentary from the shoot. It's hard for me to keep my mouth shut as I'm shooting this. That's pretty, really pretty. Once again, the pole cam shots for me are all about just some drama, some added drama. If you want the really good detail, it's better to shoot off of the tripod. But if you want drama and motion and movement and depth, then you go with the pole cam shots. I think it's pretty there, the pine tree. Sometimes just a big pine cone coming out from the foreground is something that's really pretty and special. It's a little table rock back in the distance there behind the trees. I'm shooting back north now up through the gorge. And from time to time it gets a little bit erratic because I have to change the position of my feet. I can't spin all the way around even though I wish I could. kind of dark video there, but I can actually smooth that out in Premiere and make that much more detailed, and the colors a lot nicer. You have to put these things sort of in auto white balance mode to get really anything. But you can always change it. There's much more there than you realize there is. That dark video can be turned into something really nice and special that still looks nice if you change the brightness, contrast, shadow highlights a bit in Adobe Premiere Pro, which is what I use. Once again, just back and forth shots. You've seen them before. I always maybe walk 5 or 6 more feet one way or the other to try to get something a little bit different perspective and angle. It's me talking about shooting into that crevice.
That is a deep hole.
I love this vegetation and how pretty and colorful it is. I mean, now is the time to go up there, the end of October. If you're watching this 10 years from now, I hope you realize, go up in late October. Of course, I guess different things affect that, when the color is the best. But late October, I've been a couple times in late October, and it's always been beautiful, beautiful there. I mean, everything, just even the lichens that grows on the rocks and the different kinds of moss and it's so different from what you're going to see down in the valleys. I live around Valdez now, and you don't see any kind of vegetation like this. You're only probably about 3,500 feet at this height. You're not, or at this place. I think Table Rock is about 4,000 feet.
Kind of a nice high place to shoot this. I'm surprised there's not anybody up here today. This is absolutely gorgeous. Man, I'd be up here if I were other people. Okay, let's do our panorama here.
The reason I do these shots is just to show a human being in this setting. Plus, they're unusual. My wife thinks these are kind of cool. She thinks they look almost like a cutout there. And you see I'm using this golf pole with the camera mounted on. I'm going to go back up again, and I'm going to try even...
I absolutely love it here. Gorgeous, gorgeous place. I want you to look down at the sun coming up in the valley behind me here. See if I can get some of that. If you're able to see some of it. How the sun's coming up there behind me. And
I'm going to strap this golf pole to a 10-foot piece of wood and extend this out even farther. Maybe I'll get as much as 20 or more feet, 20, 25 feet.
This is the kind of rock I'm standing on here.
Now that is cool.
I'm sure that's kind of a unique view. Swooping down. I'm about to hit a rock there. I did hit a rock.
So this is all just fun. This is just me having fun here. And that's what the gorge is about as well.
There's a little bush in front of me.